day. People overcome adversity and dare to dream a better life.
What is it about the human spirit that pushes some people to persevere, overcoming great obstacles to achieve their ambitions against all odds? Well, a special docuseries aims to answer that question.
The CW hit show All-American was inspired by Spencer Pasiger. He was a football star who grew up in South Central and faced many personal challenges in his life, but ended up going on to college, and he actually played in the NFL.
And now the new docuseries All-American Stories explores the incredible experiences of more world-class athletes who never let circumstances stop them.
And joining us now live via Skype is executive producer and the co-host of the show, Yogi Roth, who helps share the incredible stories of these inspiring sports stars. Yogi, welcome to the show.
It's an honor to be here. Thanks for
Hi,
having me.
Yogi. Great to see you. Hey, so we know this is a two-part series. I was lucky enough because I do know you, and you put it all out there, and I checked out the first series, and it was incredible. And what I got from it, it feels like short films. It really does. It's so beautifully produced and edited, and they highlight pretty much life and humanity, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know me, Lou, as you referenced, the core of my life has been sports and humanity. So for us to be able to bring that to life on screen is a dream come true. You know, my team and I, we've been presenting this show for a long time. We found an incredible home with the CW. So to be able to highlight some of these stories of these athletes that some of you may have heard of, some of us had no clue about, but to be able to talk about how they have met resistance, didn't run from it, and then persevered, I think is amazing. And honestly, the only thing we were asked to do and tasked to do was to create short films that would inspire whoever's watching them and just nudge you to get up off your seat, chase your dream, be a better person, have a little bit more humanity or empathy towards people. And while I've been pitching this for 15 years, I love that it hit now because the last 12 months we've needed something like this. So timing, of course, as you know, the universe is always working.
So it's kind of a long process to finally get this in a can and on the air. So, I mean, it sounds like a pretty complicated process to get this done. Well,
you know, you live in Hollywood. You know the deal, right? I mean, this is not for the faint of heart. You got to compete. Yeah, exactly. And for me, it's been a joy. I mean, 15 years ago, I pitched the first iteration of this show. And for the last 14 years was turned down because I didn't have a big enough following, not enough subscribers on social media. But it landed when it was supposed to land. And that's what I love about it, because truly, with everything that's gone on, and you guys have talked about it over the past 12 months, racial injustice, COVID-19, politics, we need something like this. And for all too often, shows haven't been received that are relatively earnest. And now that tide has changed. And I love that I'm right at the core of it because it's who I am. I'd be doing it anyway. It might be in a coffee shop talking to people like this, but thankful that our team is able to put it on incredible lenses and on your screens to watch at home.
That is so true, Yogi. Let's talk about it. Part 2 airs this coming Monday night here on the CW, and you dive into 4 more stories. One of them is Jerome Avery, a Paralympic glide runner who actually runs alongside blind athletes, helping them win gold medals. And we're going to take a look at the clip.
That was probably one of my biggest accomplishments when I was able to put someone on that podium. Someone that is totally blind with the flag draped around him and hearing the national anthem, him smiling like crazy. I want him to know that there's a lot of people watching what he just did. I never forget that I am there for him. David is always going to be Batman, and I will be Robin. And I'm perfectly fine with that because I'm still a superhero.
Well, he pretty much looks like he embodies exactly what you're looking for here. His success comes through selflessness.
Yeah, and, you know, for me, you know, I'm a lifelong jock, and I never heard of guide running, right? And then when I learned about it, and literally on my desk here in my office, I got a string to remind me about the power of being tethered. If you think about it, we all come out of the womb tethered, and then we compete our whole lives to be independent. And then at some point we seek community, a la the last 12 months, right? So to sit down across from Jerome Avery and understand that this is a guy who was hundredths of a second of qualifying to represent this country in the Olympics, didn't make it, but then found a way to get back on the track and win an Olympic gold medal, but by being somebody else's eyes, as he says in our film. It's something that gave me chills in the moment when I interviewed him. And I think when you watch it on Monday night, it's going to do the same for you.
It's funny you just said that during that clip. I actually got the goosebumps, as you know, the chills and the goosebumps. Yogi, super proud of you. And of course, for everybody watching, don't miss Yogi and the inspiring athletes in part 2 of this special documentary. It is airing on Monday night here on the CW at 9 o'clock. And just amazing stuff. You guys will really enjoy it.
All-American stories.
Yeah.
All right. That's worth a watch for sure.
Oh, yeah. Anything sports related, I'm all
Yes.
about that.
Yeah.
I love that.
And it's like a deep dive, you know.
Yeah, very inspirational indeed.